So let's get started.
Let's get this party started.
I mean, we already.
Well, literally, we are at a party. This last time on the Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale, you got hired by a member of the Harpers to enter a demi-plane and administer a cure to a man named Aaron Quill, a Harper who had been cursed by an archmage. The once heroic and selfless hero had become paranoid and hateful because of the curse. So, for everyone's safety, they quote unquote imprisoned him in a demi-plane, which, by niceness or unintentional cruelty was modeled after his former hometown that was burned to the ground when he was a child. When you were there, you found a village full of artificial people used to fill the demi-plane. Some of them were pretty basic, but some of them could articulate just like a normal human for the most part. But they were all concerned about the new guest that Aaron Quill had living in his manor. And after some snooping around, you discovered after Aaron was studying beholders as a way to escape the demi-plane, one just happened to dream himself into his world. And this beholder named Renacor believed that this demi-plane is actually of his creation because he believes that you too are his dreams. Errant Quill chose to throw a party in honor of Renacor to show the town he's really not that bad a bad guy, kind of uncharacteristically. And at the party, Zorsashi used his detect magic and indeed found that this Aaron Quill is merely an illusion.
I used my new True Sight ability spell to see that. Although I did have detect magic up as well, and spotted other things. Because I, Zorsashi, see all.
In this ballroom where the party's taking place, Aaron and Renacor are mingling with the guests, mingling with all the guests, and also in this room you saw a painting of Quill that seemed to be smeared as if like it was covered in grease almost. That the beholder and Aaron keeps taking glances at, but try not to focus on too long.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at.
So before we continue, I want something from you, Joey. Can you describe the parts of the ethereal plane I can see?
Of the ethereal plane?
Yeah, I can see the ethereal plane up to my true sight, which is 120
I'm not sure how demi-planes work. If like
I have
the ethereal plane
is
true. Yeah, right now I can see through pretty much everything for the next, I think, hour. I will double check that, but I have true sight for like an hour, unless it gets dispelled.
Your eyes just like glowing bright white, like a searchlight, as you're just looking at everything.
Probably. Although I'm a tiefling, so I don't have so.
So strange things were happening in this manor as well. Strange occurrences, smells and colors disappearing, and as soon as Zyzzyx tries one of the pigs on a blanket, he just starts to vanish. He goes, "Oh no, I'm vanishing! I have other D&D games to play, so this one isn't as important." He disappears.
I imagine he's outside chatting with the cook.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna have a word with these guys.
Can't believe this guy. Being all helpful and stuff, and then not being here anymore.
Yeah.
Early that he is the worst.
So, with my detect magic, glancing over at the portrait on the wall, does it glow in a different magic than the rest of everything else? It's demi-plane.
It does.
I'm sorry, you can continue.
Oh, it does.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna do something before I enter. But okay, I will.
No.
I will actually start to go over and kind of like.
I was trying to think about, since you have detect magic up, what type of magic it is.
Yeah, if you don't know, don't worry about it. Because I never remember anyway. I have a macro I made that comes up with all whenever you know one at least describes it. But I will study the portrait.
The when you know thing.
Portrait is in this corner of the room, the upper left-hand side.
Okay.
And as you get close, about this close, one of the eye stalks on Renacor sees you, and he immediately turns around, and then he just yells, echoing through the entire room, saying, "You shall not approach the painting on pain or death. Enjoy the party." He turns back, talks to whoever he was talking to.
All right,
I was saying.
Continue.
Excuse me.
As I was
tell
saying,
me about this baseball.
So we come up on this green dragon, and she's all like, "Rawr!
Yes.
I'm going to melt your face off." And like,
Haha, dragons aren't like that. I enjoy your story.
I keep going on about our adventures in the swamp.
Love the swamp.
I'll go over to Lilisula, and I'll now that we're out of earshot of the Beholder and Errant, I'll be like, yeah, that's that's totally some sort of illusion. He's not really there. And that painting in the corner, that our Beholder friend, that was the name I forgot, but I wrote down somewhere on another note from last week, Renacor. Yeah, that painting, something's magical about, like, different magical.
You see, like, True Sight lets you see kind of like...
I can describe True Sight again, because it has been a couple days. A monster with True Sight can, out to a specific range, for me it's 120 feet, 120 feet, see normal and magical darkness. I can see invisible creatures and objects. I can automatically detect visual illusions and succeed on saving throws against them, and perceive the original form of a shape-changer or creature that has been transformed by magic. Furthermore, I can see the ethereal plane by the same range, and the spell itself also says that I can notice secret doors hidden by magic. And also see those secret doors.
Because of that spell, I'm going to say when you look at this painting, it's almost like a doorway. You see like a path leading away from the painting to something else.
I see how far it goes into it. If it is a pathway of some sort, does it have an end, or does it just keep going on?
It just kind of keeps going, and there seems to be other paths connecting to it.
I'll describe that.
Seemingly from other parts of the house. So think of it like a rabbit tunnel through like space.
I'll describe that to Lilisula, and I'll be like, I think it's a secret passage to the lounge.
Oh. Dubious.
Maybe we should excuse ourselves and go find like the bathroom and just kind of like look around.
Well, if we both go to the bathroom at the same time, I think that would arouse a great deal of unwanted suspicion that we've already, because we've already kind of put a target on our backs. They already going to be pretty suspicious of us.
That's true.
So,
I think I should just go myself since I've got the sight up.
I'm gonna try something to distract him real quick. I'm not saying this out loud. I'm kind of meting this. I'm telling you. I kind of Actually, I sign it to you in Elven Sign Language. I'm going to distract him.
I'm sadly facing away from you, Murook, because I'm staring at Lilis.
I don't think
Also, this room is packed with people.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to tell with no tokens, but.
All right. So there we were. We'd done what the dragon had asked, gotten her what she wanted, and then this asshole of a black dragon takes over the green dragon before she pays us. And ain't that just the way of it?
Never trust a dragon.
Truer words were never said.
I don't know if I know it's a story, but I don't think the Green Dragon was actually going to pay you.
I know she was
going to pay you.
I'm weaving a tale here.
I know. That's what I said.
But here comes my distraction. So you were saying something about a painting? What's the deal with the painting, man? It looks amazing. Did you paint it?
Well, he goes, tell me more about the dragons you have fought.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, did I mention the bronze dragon that was being driven crazy by some sort of abyssal demon?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, you would say that, but the abyssal demon took the form of this, blob of mold, which, no.
I love mold.
Well, then you would have been absolutely over the moon with this guy.
My old lair was filled with mold.
Oh, was the mold trying to drive you mad?
Negative.
Well, then I think this mold has one up on you on that. So
I am the master of any mold.
Oh, I wish I wish we had your help then. That would have been.
Redicor fears no fungus.
I'm gonna give Lilisula back the dagger because I think I had it last. I was trying to take it away so she didn't stab the or convince the fake one to stab, and I'm gonna give it back to her. I'm gonna go look around. And I'll move over to Errant and be like, Errant, so I need to go use the little boy's room again, and I don't want to use the wrong restroom like I did last time. What would be the best restroom to use?
Oh, you should be more than familiar with it. It's the one that my idiot servant took you to.
They're not gonna deliver more people to that room while I'm in there, right? I don't just shy bladder.
Oh no, they're all being directed here to the ballroom.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'll go. I'll be right back. Thank you. I'll head out the ballroom. Are the guards just basically bringing more people in, or just are stationed in this room?
The party's been going on for a little while. At this point, and as you exit, the two pieces of armor kind of turn their heads and watch you as you leave, and you realize that they are animated like the ones you saw patrolling the halls a little bit earlier.
I need to use the little tiefling's room. That's upstairs, right? Is it this room over? Is it this one over here? Do they follow me, or do they react as I go over to this door?
No, they watch you for a moment, but then they continue to stand guard and just watch the front door.
I'm gonna see if I can peek into this room.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you missed it.
Oh no, turn order.
Oh.
That's not good.
So, this seems to be a small dining room. This room is dimly lit by golden candelabra resting atop a rectangular dining table that has a silver place setting at the head of it. On the east wall hangs a large painting of a opulent banquet.
Is that painting magical at all? I'll detect magic.
You
I think
see,
technically all of it is.
I mean, is it notably different? Is it similar to the painting in the other?
yes, you see a similar aura around it.
Connection to the paintings, huh? Well, I'll just I'll take one look at the candelabra, and I will close the door and make my way up. I don't know it actually. I don't know what any of this other stuff is, so I'm gonna probably just come over to this room and be like, "Oh, that wasn't it." Peek in this room.
Okay. Okay. This lounge is warm and smells of wood smoke. But the furniture is plush and inviting, with chairs and couches arranged for conversation. On the west wall hangs a large painting of a forest. A fireplace crackles along the east wall. Above the mantel hangs a painting of two figures, one of whom has had her face scratched over with ink.
Okay, so scratched over in this one, scratched over in the one in the, or smeared in the other one. Was the one in the dining room smeared at all, or defaced at all?
It was smeared in the sense that it was like blurry, like it was greased over. This one, like the woman's face is someone like they literally took a brush and like painted over the face.
Okay. Oh well.
Oh, give me a perception check as you look at that painting.
I get if it's visual, I get advantage on it.
Well, you are looking at it. 17.
21.
You notice that the man in the picture isn't Aaron Quill, but about 10 or 15 years younger. And the woman appears to be the woman Raya, the Harper that you met in Leylon. But her face has been vandalized.
Perhaps Aaron didn't like that. I will close the door and turn around. It's like, whoops, I don't want to use that room to go potty. I'll probably upstairs, and I'll head upstairs. And meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yeah, you guys do anything else here, or are you just making small talk still?
I guess because like we're just trying to blend in and not arouse any suspicion.
And I'm just trying to, and I'm continuing to regale Renacor with our tales. And if I run out of them, I have one more thing I can. I just got to see if I can remember it.
And then Lilisula is going to recall that. Wait a minute, I am Lilisula Ravara. I can slink past like anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just try to slink away to go and back up Zorsashi. So can I roll a stealth check on that? Or...
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to
can I give her advantage since I'm actively? Can I help her since I'm actively distracting Renacor?
His eyes are darting all over the place. Like he has his attention everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one really cares when you walk out the door.
Yep. Slink. So,
Lemon starts trying to talk to her, then she just vanishes.
She's just gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna get just kind of show up behind Zorsashi. Oh, there we go. Showing up behind Zorsashi. She's just like, oh, hey.
Go Team Purple. All right. Hi. Usually it's Zyzzyx that does that. I'll start telling her about the two other paintings that I had seen.
Do you think the paintings have something to do with the curse in the place, or?
If they're not some sort of way to get around, I think we should probably try and jump into one of the paintings. Although, honestly, the like right now I can see all like matters. So I can't see through walls yet right now, but I can see pretty much everything else. And I know a beholder can essentially do that too, so I'm gonna try and get as far away as we can.
So there is one room you haven't visited upstairs.
Correct. I was gonna say let's look into that room and then probably double check to see if the other rooms have paintings as well, because I don't recall them. I don't know
if I did. If I did, I would have mentioned them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just, as a player, don't remember if you did or not because I didn't write it down.
Yeah, they did not.
Okay.
This seems to be a guest bedroom. This bedroom contains a double bed and a spacious wardrobe. A large painting of a rock, meaning a giant eagle, in flight, hangs on the north wall, and it too is glowing.
I look at it and I'm like, this is really good still life, and Lilisula's like, it's a giant bird.
It's a big old bird.
And it too has that sort of magical presence. Yes,
it does.
I'd like to investigate it closer. Touch it, smell it, whatever else needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a
animal handling check.
So as you approach it, you feel it's like it's trying to draw you in, and you feel yourself start to fall into it. Give me a charisma saving throw if you try to resist.
Oof. Charisma. I should be fine. Yeah, natural 20 for a 27.
So if you choose to resist, you can.
I will resist and can be like, I think that's trying to suck me in to the painting. It's very convincing. What should we do? Should we just should we just go through it? What if it brings us to like the Do you want to go through it?
Yeah, and Lilisula just kind of like looks at the stairs and looks back at Zorsashi and just nods like, yeah, we can give it a shot.
Together or?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here, let me go first. Something bad happens. At least be me, I guess. We'll see it coming.
One at a time.
Yeah, I will go through first.
Okay. On your token for the next thing. Okay. So you find yourself in a 30 by 30 foot room. The walls have been completely painted sky blue with clouds on the walls, ceiling, and floor. And in front of you is a full-sized rock who notices you and immediately screeches and attacks you. Give me a dexterity check and we'll see who gets the jump on who.
Dexterity check, so basically just an initiative throw.
Just
not gonna be me. Well, dexterity is initiative, so yeah.
Yeah.
12.
All right, so he lunges to attack immediately as you enter. You take 28 piercing damage.
Ow!
And I assume you want to leave.
Yeah, if there's another painting on the other side of me, I will go right back.
Yep, you're able to go right through the other painting. And you catch a glimpse of a doorway on the other side of the wall.
Okay. So, if I may describe this, Lilisula sees me go through. All right, going through. 1, 2. I come back. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! And you see that I'm just like my clothes have been torn up a little bit, and I'm like probably bleeding from the face. And I'll be like, "No, Lily, I was wrong. That was a bad thing." And I'm just gonna sit down in the bed for a moment.
But you can definitely tell that that transported you to a almost like a demi-plane within a demi-plane. We got demi-planeception going on.
Oh my god.
It's demi-planes all the way down.
But I'm gonna talk to Lilisula if she's not just standing in the hallway.
So I will say, now that you know something dangerous is inside that one, you will not be surprised like that next time.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were away. You back?
So just remind you, the other paintings you saw was one of a forest, one of a banquet, and one of Quill.
Those are the ones that were magical.
Yeah, the magical paintings.
So I'll sit down with Lilisula and I'll be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how there's a rock on that painting? There is a rock on the exit of that painting, and we should not go through that anymore. In fact, they should probably put up some sort of fence so people don't accidentally fall into that. Oh my god. I'm gonna just leave and close the door. I think this means we should probably try and get into that painting with Quill.
The Quill painting? The one in the banquet hall?
Yeah. I mean, I know it takes at least 3 things to establish a pattern, but there is a rock behind the rock painting.
So there's a quill behind the quill painting.
Hypothetically, yes.
Okay.
One thing about the quill painting, when you looked at it, I think we did this last game, it was moving very slightly.
Right.
Right. Inside it.
Right.
It was like a Harry Potter painting.
I'm going to take a moment to clean up. I was like, I don't have prestidigitation. I have thaumaturgy.
Oh, what about the painting of Rhea? Do you think...
I'm assuming the painting of Rhea wasn't magical, Joey?
Was not.
Okay, yeah, I think that was just a normal painting that Errant Quill is very angry at. Yeah. I am going to go ahead and use the restroom, though. Me as a player, so meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
They've been gone for like 15 minutes at this point, and you're kind of realizing, like, we're not getting anywhere. Like, mingling with these people.
Yeah,
So are you coming back to us, or you got like...
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm slinking back.
Well, geez, it looks like you're metagaming, guys.
I was just...
Sorry, Joey.
Sorry. No,
Well, I was planning on slinking back, so that was my slink. So
as you come back in, you hear me finish wrapping up the tip. So that's how a beholder bought a bar on an asteroid and became known as Large Luigi of the Laughing Beholder.
He goes, an inspirational story. I, too, one day wish to be like large Luigi.
Don't we all?
Lemon's gonna notice Lilisula's back and just find out anything. Murook's bombing.
And so, we found a really weird painting, and we think that the same kind of weird painting is in the room. And like Lilisula kind of darts her eyes in the direction of the painting of Aaron Quill. And so, we think you might be inside of there.
Just a second. I'm gonna see if Alright, whoops. Okay, I figure out whether how surreptitious he ends up at looking towards the painting, or if it's too obvious. Hasn't really paid attention to the painting yet. So
it's like the only part of the room where there aren't guests like mingling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you think he's in that portrait?
Yeah. Zorsashi met a rock in a rock painting, like the bird, not a rock. You know.
Okay, so not a stone.
Not a stone, but a bird.
Okay. Wait, where was this?
You remember upstairs when there was that one room that we didn't bother looking into? Turns out we probably should have went in that room because it was a very big hint for what we should probably be doing.
That tends to happen. So, what should we do then? He doesn't seem to be wanting to let anybody near it.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely don't want to tangle with Beholder right now, especially Beholder who's finding refuge in this place, but I almost feel like we don't really have that much of a choice. Or at least trying to... Yeah, I don't want to fight a Beholder.
Me either.
I'm gonna quaff a greater healing potion, Joey.
Okay.
Murook's gonna try to ask about the painting again. So I told you that.
Wow! I'm sorry, I almost rolled perfect. I was amazed.
Hasty potion, by the looks of it.
Yes.
So as I was asking earlier, do you know who painted that painting behind you? It looks amazing. I would love to know more about it.
Saying, I hate paintings. Stop talking about it.
Not a fan of the arts. That's sort of strange. No. Maybe you prefer music. Murook pulls out the bagpipes and starts acting like he's going to play.
Goes. Says, I have only recently become acquainted with what you call music. I do not like it.
Murook just lets out this. Okay, fine.
He says, if this is what a party is, then I am very disappointed.
Okay. We're right back. Pizza's here. For reals this time.
So, I had my door open. So what was the... why don't you tell me... what were you... how's the Underdark?
He says, too many Drow trying to kill me. Which is why I dreamed myself here one night. I created this. He says, I created this unusual place to seek refuge from my enemies.
Are you sure you created this place, or did it create you?
Saying that's absurd. Renacor is the creator.
What if Renacor is the creation?
Saying impossible. You doubt Renacor?
I don't doubt Renacor. I just maybe it's one of those things where you've dreamed it up and it dreamed you up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation is over. I refuse to entertain such possibilities. He kind of floats over to Aaron Quill. He's done talking to you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I move over to Lemon and Lilisula. Well, I tried.
Yeah, that was a try.
Sure. Hey, not my. Hey. I was way out of my wheelhouse on this. I'm surprised it worked as long as it did.
You did your best, and that's what matters.
Not exactly the best conversation, buddy.
No, I thought it was pretty interesting. What, you didn't like my tale of the of the bartender beholder?
As in the person you were talking to. What wasn't much of a conversation partner, I mean.
Yeah, it was kind of one-sided.
Joey, this whole time I was trying to keep a low profile over at the top of the balcony, just around the corner, see if I can just hear anything what was going on.
I mean, you can't hear them talking. Like, the whole place is crowded and busy, full of conversation.
Okay, then just watching to make sure nothing went south. At that case, I'd probably go back into the room with the stone soldier, stone statue. And I want to go in and just look over that book again, because I forget specifically how that chapter ended with the sudden castle thing.
Actually, in the journal in his bedroom. But in this room, he's been researching. It's books about researching Underdark and Beholders and their ability to warp reality. And bring life and bring things to life with their imagination.
Okay.
Talks about how Renacor appeared in the Vale a couple weeks ago, and he believes that he might be a way out of the demiplane if he can get on his good side. But the last note that's written, he fears that Renacor is suspicious of his schemes to use him, and it was smeared as if it was interrupted in the middle of writing.
Okay. And what was in his diary then? He had a diary in
A similar thing. He wrote in the journal a lot. It's a journal, not a diary. He wrote in it a lot his first few months in the demiplane. Then becomes more and more irritated by the whole thing, and he writes less often. But then he writes about the beholder coming, and how he learned he can't be harmed unless he gives his consent.
Okay.
I don't consent.
Head on down. And I'll just be like, oh, that was there are no towels left in the bathroom. I'm just gonna go over to the closet and get some more towels. And I'm just going to make my way over to this part of the house, which I've not been in yet.
All right, which one are you going to first?
They're both closed doors. We'll just go to the one south first.
Right, this is a storage area. A cluttered space that holds cleaning supplies, spare silverware, cooking utensils, food, and general household goods.
Quick detect magic. Is there any magic food? Kind of like a magic apricot.
You spend about 5 minutes searching the searching. You find a small satchel. You find You find a bag of dust of disappearance.
Jackpot. I sure hope it's really the dust of disappearance and not the other dust, which I have in another game, because that would be... But I will then continue.
Next thing is... This is backstage of the stage that you saw in the ballroom. This rectangular space is stuffy, dark, and cluttered with large wooden set pieces and furniture. Props are scattered and disorganized piles, and a rack of dusty costumes stand next to a vanity. 2 large ropes dangle at either end of a set of drawn curtains. A black table stands against the north wall holds a stack of instrument cases.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back in with my dust disappearance and join the group.
The armor kind of look at you as you pass through the door. Their heads turn and they
found some towels. I'm all good. Everything's dry.
They just look back at attention as you enter the door.
Did Lilisula fill you guys in?
Lilisula just nods.
Fill in about what? I was over there trying to entertain a beholder and failing spectacularly.
Well, you're still alive, so you must not have been that spectacular of a failure. So the pictures bring us to some other demiplane. I'm assuming, based on the one time that this happened, that is whatever the picture depicts.
Neat. There is one slight problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to get over there when there's A, a large crowd, and B, a beholder in front of us?
Well, I had 2 thoughts. One, take out the dust of disappearance. I found this. I was able to identify it by its name tag. Luckily, it's marked, so they probably don't cook with it by accident like it's paprika. Can make everybody invisible. The second thought, however, is that beholders can see everything.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think invisibility is going to work on a beholder.
Yes.
That's kind of one of their big things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that darkness thing you like to do?
I can, but if he can see invisible stuff, he can probably see in darkness as well.
Magical darkness.
Well, yes, that's what it would be.
What he's trying to say is that I don't think any sort of magical stealth is going to work here.
Right. So then what do we do? We gotta get into that painting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess we just make a break for it, I suppose.
I will remind you, in the room that you saw, you caught a glimpse between the rocks, wings and body. You caught a glimpse of a door on the opposite side.
Right.
Small door.
All right, I will remember that as well.
No, I'll give you a segue. Do you think that there's any other way to get to it?
Well, there was a giant rock in my way, but when he stood up, I think there was a door on the other side of that thing. Hey, wait a second. Can rocks see invisible people?
Hold on. I guess that would be nature. I'm trying to think about it.
Wrong kind of rock.
I don't know.
I mean, rocks can spell what's cooking.
Also, it pecked me pretty badly.
So
We'll have to run.
So we need to go up there and bop it on the beak a few times.
I mean, we also don't know if it's going to bring us to where we need to go. I can assume they're all interconnected, because why would there be there was no door in that painting, but, well, hell, the worst of it, we come back out and we're just back where we were started.
Okay, well then, let's make our way to the painting then. To the rock painting.
Okay.
But let's make like we're going to leave for the night.
I assume you also tell them that there were other paintings that seemed magical.
Yeah, I'll tell them those as well. I mean, we could try going to the other rooms, but I don't know, what's there. We at least know what's in the rock.
What were the other? What was the other magical paintings?
There was other than Aaron Quill in the corner here. There was
a forest and a banquet.
Why don't we try the forest? Or the...
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. The forest was in the big room down here.
Okay. Okay. Before we go, I'm going to cover forest by saying, I go over here and say,
He's not looking. Oh, okay, all right.
Right. I walk over to, but well, actually, I walk over here, so I'm like near Aaron Quill and Renegor, and I say, "Well, I think we're going to call it a night. It has been an absolute pleasure being at this party. We'll probably come back tomorrow and discuss various things."
I hope you have new stories, or else you will become very boring.
I'm sure I can think of another story or two. Anyways, I wish you both a good night.
Good night, Elephant Man.
I wish Aaron Quill good night as well.
He says, we'll speak in the morning about our potential escape from the demiplane.
Indeed. Until then, I'm just gonna. Sort of drift over this way. Let it. Everybody needs to be everybody's kind of following behind us.
Lilisula is just, enjoying the party.
Oh no, I'm coming.
So you go to the room with the forest painting?
Yeah. It's the bigger room to maneuver around in anyway. Now, do you wanna? We all gather around. We can basically use this dust to sprinkle at everybody. We have somewhere between 2 and 8 minutes worth of invisibility. The invisibility is only ends when you attack or cast a spell. I only have one use of it. If we're gonna use it, we're gonna,
I guess roll 2d.
Do we all want to use that?
I can't think of any other. And wait.
Yeah, one vote for yes. What about the rest of you?
It seems the safest plan.
All right. I'll get around and I will go ahead and spread the dust of disappearance on all of us. And we will have 4 minutes of invisibility.
Oh, you guys
be
know
able to see
what it's like to be me for a little while.
Well,
right, and as I'm starting, it was like, oh yeah, you're not going to be able to see all.
I'm sorry, Mark, you're cutting out real bad. What?
Oh, sorry. You're not going to be able to see anybody else, but I can still see all of you. So I'll try to keep us wrangled together.
I guess we just need to make our way to the painting post haste.
Yes.
You're all holding hands.
Oh.
Huh.
All right, I'll spread the dust, and we'll go jump into the painting. I'll go first since I can see.
All right, 4 minutes.
Yep.
Super Mario 64 up in this hood.
Oh God, we're going into the giant world painting.
Remember to step at the very bottom of it, so that way everything is small.
All right, so this room.
Oh, there's two of me. Great.
Yeah, that makes copies of you. Are you the clone or you're the real person? Excuse me. So this room, the floor is painted green, and the walls are painted like a forest. You see the like a small window from where you just came, and through it you see the I think it was a lounge, and across the room you see a doorway. And what's everyone's passive perceptions?
Ooh, passive perception is 15.
Mine is also 15.
Yeah, mine is only 9.
Okay.
I also do have true sight and blind sight. My blind sight is out to 10 feet, so if something. Well, that would be. Go ahead.
These things aren't magically hidden, but you do see 2 cloaked figures on either side of the door in in cloaks that kind of match the pattern of the wall. And from the cloak, you see little snakes slither out.
Oh no. I will whisper to my compatriots after wrangling them all around. I think those are statue ladies.
Oh, you mean Medusa?
Yes.
Or Gorgons. It depends on. I mean, Medusa's Gorgons.
Right.
Anyways, do you think they can see us?
I'm going to flip one of them off. Do they react?
No reaction.
Okay, I don't think so.
Do you think we can get the drop on them?
As soon as we attack, the invisibility's gone. We're spending our time here. We have to open that door. We have.
You're breaking up really bad.
Yeah,
that's weird. Let me check my microphone.
We're only hearing like every other word you say.
My microphone's right in front of me, so it must be something else.
Make sure the settings in Discord aren't set too low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually have the noise suppression on. Mm-hmm. I will turn that off, so maybe that was doing it. Anyway, I will say, to reiterate, we are wasting time here. As soon as we attack, we are no longer invisible. Does anybody have Mage Hand and can open that door?
I have telekinesis, but I can't use it on objects.
Why would you bring it up then?
Because I thought about it just now.
Oh, wait a second. I will use prestidigitation. I'm sorry, I will use thaumaturgy, and I will try and open the door.
Can you do that?
I don't think
I can instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open and slam shut.
Wait, I can use it on objects. Excuse me, I can use it on objects that aren't being worn or carried.
But wouldn't
you're talking about Stonky's ring?
Yeah, I still got Stonky's ring. And it's an at-will action.
Well, I'm just about to use thaumaturgy when he says, I can use telekinesis as a cantrip. Go ahead.
Thaumaturgy. I was going to say, that sounds like a spell. It would break your cloak.
Yeah, it would probably break my cloak. Yeah. So would thaumaturgy telekinesis.
Damn it. Screw it. I'm gonna go up and try and open the door.
Well, we can't see you. Are you guiding us along with your hand?
Just follow my footprints in the.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
All right.
Probably should have had Lilisula do this, but okay. It's okay.
I already have advantage.
13.
You can still hear your footsteps, and they draw swords as you get close.
Lilisula, noticing that this is going tits up, because she's like, he's being too loud. He's being too loud. I'm gonna try to slink up and slide a hand on the door. Is that okay?
Yep, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
At advantage?
Yeah, since you're
invisible.
Okay.
So I think your ring wouldn't cause you to lose your stealth because you're not actually performing a magic spell. You're just using a magic item.
So I'm gonna.
It depends. Does the item cast a spell, or does the item cause the? Yeah,
I think the item casts the spell.
Might get around it.
So I slink on up to the door, and then would you like me to roll a sleight of hand check to see if I can get this door to open up quietly?
Yeah.
Okay. Advantage as well or no?
Advantage.
Okay. I mean, not like it really matters that much.
Yeah.
There we go.
They see the door open. Roll for initiative.
What? All right.
Well, it says since I'm still invisible, can I just run up and?
Well, you are. So we're just doing initiatives to see what happens. You're all invisible, but yeah, they see the door open and now they are on alert.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I do get advantage on initiatives now.
Yay! All right. Well, I gotta close my window. My room is getting cold.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the. I think I'll take that 6.
Is your stuff still not being added? That's weird. Okay.
There. I added myself.
All right, Zorsashi, it's your turn.
The door is open. What do we see beyond it?
Blackness. Even for you.
Yeah, it's probably a teleportation thing. I'm gonna say I'm gonna back up, and I'm just gonna, as quietly as I can, even though we're initiative or combat, be like, just run through the door. And I will stay back because I can see everybody. If somebody falls, I can get them. And I'll just take the dodge action. I mean, we already have that, so yeah, I got no other actions I really want to do right now. So yeah, just dodge in case of drop visibility.
So you dropped visibility?
No. Just I will take the dodge action in case invisibility drops next turn. There's no reason it should, but I'm just taking the dodge action. I already have advantage because I'm invisible, but whatever.
All right, Lilisula.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Because I could retreat to get closer to my friends. And then once I'm closer to the friends...
You can't see us.
You can't see where we are at.
Don't worry, my friends have my back. Guys, we've already left the painting.
I would say, if I could, I can't. No. It's you got to decide for yourself.
Okay. Can I ready an attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your what's the trigger?
Either of these two moving away from me.
Moving away from you? Okay.
Or moving. Because if I decloak, and these two have a turn immediately after me. Actually, I should probably position myself.
I will say you have an open door in front of you.
Oh, that's true.
And you are standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
Also, if I remember right, invisible creatures do not get attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yep. Rules as written, you do need to be seen.
Okay. Well then, I guess I'll. If the plan is that we got to get past these things anyway, I'm gonna go through the door. That's all right with everybody.
Yes.
I give you an invisible thumbs up.
No, I'm just saying, like.
All right.
Going.
How about you roll me a d6?
D6?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, they're random, aren't they?
Oh God. Hey, natural 6. That's gonna be good.
Or bad.
Find yourself in a room with a rock.
Huh. Okay.
But it cannot see you.
Yep. So let's see here. I have moved 5 feet. 6. 10. 15. Actually, I'm gonna just hide in this corner like, oh no.
I could say you probably if I can give some advice.
You can't. You're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lilisula's gonna be shocked that there's a big bird in here.
Okay. All right. I forget about that.
Both of these Medusas just swipe at the air in front of the door and realize that they do not hit anything. They will start trolling the room.
Okay, now ask the one to the left if the run on the right will always.
Okay, 11.
And they're just searching for us, right? No indication that they know where we are.
Nope.
I don't know where she went, so I'm going to just sneak around them, and go.
Since you're invisible, you can just run.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still the desire to sneak through it.
Yep, you run right into the room with the rock.
Oh boy. I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say anything, otherwise it'll hear us. So, let's see. I will. Okay, yeah, just to make her know I'm in here and to distract the rock, so we can maybe get past it and like find another route. I'm basically going to take a hammer from my toolkit and just toss it into the upper corner, and just for it to clang against the floor.
Okay.
Remember to clear the path.
Well, yeah, I know. When it does, I'm moving here, and I'm probably going to bump into Lilisula by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
It turns and looks at the noise. Right, Murook.
I'm just gonna try and move. I'm just gonna make it my way to the door. I don't want to mess with these snake ladies. And since I have the boots of Elvenkind on, they can't even hear me step. Oh! I don't say that. Oh!
Zorsashi.
Seeing everybody has cleared. Yeah?
Well, unless Murook does something else.
You know what? I'm going to go back through the door, see what happens.
You end up on the other side?
Oh. I was not expecting that. Okay. That's my turn.
Seeing Murook go through, I'm going to run up and then see him come back and be like, what the? I'm going to just try and push him back through.
No, rock.
Because you are now blocking the door. Yeah, if I can't squeeze past him, I'm just kind of... if a shove was technically... Well, a shove replaces an attack, would you consider...
Okay, you can just walk past him with difficult terrain, but I think Murook tried to warn you about something.
Well, yeah, I'm just... Like, he's going to stop there. I'm not going to try and go around. I'm like, what? Where?
Rock.
Oh, shit, Lemon and Lily. I'm going to go around him and try to get in there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to stop there.
Yep.
And I glance around and I see Lemon and Lilisula. And I really wish I could speak to them in my brain. That would be really good right now. I'm going to dash. And just kind of like squeeze through them and get just as far away as I can from this bird as possible and just be like... Back through the door. And that'll be it.
All right, Lilisula.
So, gosh, when I look around, I mean, like, there was the,
I mean, you heard me. I talked to you directly because, I can see you guys.
Yeah.
So you did clearly hear me say, back through the door.
Like the door I came through?
Yeah. Retreat.
Okay. It's somewhere. Beep, beep. No.
Ciao.
You like bump into Murook as you go past him. Like,
what?
I thought. So, where are we going?
I don't know.
Are we going back through this door? Are we going through the door there? Okay, I'm just...
Alright. Is that your turn? It's your turn. Alright.
Yeah.
These guys are continuing to patrol around. They're not finding anything.
I thought I heard something.
The rock goes to investigate that noise.
Do you think the Medusa turned the bird to a rock?
Oh.
It would be a rock.
That's the joke.
During the process, would it be prog rock?
Ba-dum-bump.
Alright, I heard Zorsashi too, and confused, because I see the other entrance over there, or, with, I don't know if it looks like a door or not, but I was...
The other end is like a window where you can see the guest bedroom.
Oh, okay. I was going there, but he's saying otherwise, so I'm gonna squeeze past the rock and go back through. Ah! What's that? And I bump into Murook.
I guess we're going back out the other way.
I don't know. He just told us to go back through here. That's it.
Okay. Murook.
Murook is wondering if he should just go through the other side and out this. But he doesn't want to leave them behind. But I'm trying to measure something out here. Murook has a way of he could just leave right now, not have to worry about it. Actually, he could just walk out. He's like, guys, do y'all want me do you think y'all be okay if I just walk out? I whisper to Lemon and Lily.
Yeah?
Alright. Murook just walks out. Out the other side.
Out the window?
Yeah.
Right. You find yourself in the lounge room. All by yourself. Since you're all invisible, if you all want to make that decision, I'll just let you not worry about.
Yeah, I would basically jump back through. Hopefully, as Murook jumps through, I'll be able to know that. Like, let's just book it out of here, and then I'll just wait an extra turn and be the one that is the last person out because I can see everyone.
Yeah, I think so. I wish I could do what I'm thinking of in out of character, but that would be metagaming.
Yeah.
All right, so you all
just get the hecky on out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right. Well,
it's been about a minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got like 3 minutes left. Let's book it to the banquet.
Banquet, yes. Let's go to the banquet.
It's in the just across the. Oh fuck! I can't see anybody. It's the doorway, close to the ballroom. Just everyone hold hands.
Yeah, you're all holding hands again.
I'll just.
Or just performing a version of Madeline.
Skipping along.
And if we can, we'll go on through.
All right. So you see an unimpressive stone-looking room with a 15-foot-long banquet table covered with prepared dishes that look and smell delectable. Each, and it's kind of like the only noticeable thing in the room. You do see, actually, technically it'd be down here, but you do see a door in one of the corners and a table full of foodstuffs.
I don't trust that table.
Is the table magical at all? I mean, probably is, but detect magic on it.
It is no less real than anything else in this place. You see no negative magical properties to it.
Okay. I'll just be like, yeah, it's just a table, guys. Let's go to the door on the left. Come on, everybody. Come on. Everybody hold hands. Come on.
Okay. Go.
Follow the
We all go.
leader.
Yeah, we just all go to the door on the left.
Yeah.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, 4 beers ago.
Boop-a-doop, where's my d6s?
Another 6.
Do you want to roll it, or do you want?
I got it. Okay. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember to wear your black hat while you turn the doorknob. This is an obscure reference.
Yeah,
Over my head.
So,
Yay!
Oh,
this
go ahead, describe it.
this room is a very cozy looking lounge area. Bearskin rug in the corner, fireplace, a little roaring fire, some nice potted plants. And as you enter this room, the door behind you closes automatically. It disappears. And at the same time, you see Aaron Quill, who's sitting in a comfy looking chair reading a book, turn to the closing door. And he says, oh, and one other noticeable feature is a small window covered in black ooze on this side.
You.
But Aaron Quill turns when he sees hears the door slam. He goes, "Hello?"
Oh, Aaron Quill. Sorry, we're all invisible and we can't really get rid of it. We're here to rescue you.
Hey.
Say, you're invisible? You're here to rescue me? Show yourself. Become not invisible.
Okay, so you either wait 3 minutes or one of us. Oh, screw it! I'll just do mine. I will thaumaturgy and I will. What's the least threatening thing here? I will make my eyes turn bright white instead of the purple they probably are, and that will just break. That'll break the invisibility.
On everyone or just you?
Just me.
I use telekinesis. I pick up one of the potted plants near me and just kind of shake it a little bit.
And then
we'll assume one by one. You do something simple to show yourself.
Like I just turn around and because now that Murook is visible, I just like just a very small ineffectual. I'm not trying to hurt him, but it's definitely just a little slap, just like a playful slap.
Yeah. So Aaron kind of stands up as he sees all of you and goes, "You're real, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Last I checked.
Sorry. I let my eyes go back purple. Yeah, don't let the invisibility throw you off. There was problems getting here. Yeah.
Did that damn floating piece of cabbage trap you here like you did me?
No.
We kind of walked in ourselves, looking for you.
You walked in.
Well, there's a door. Wait, what happened to the door? Where's the door?
It disappeared behind us.
Welcome to my little private prison. A prison within a prison.
We have a way out of that.
First thing Zorsashi notices is that there's no toilet or chamber pot.
Aaron Quill goes, yeah. Yeah.
What do you think the black ooze is?
I don't think so basically, do you want to leave? Are you ready to go now?
Who sent you?
This entire world, not simply.
One does not simply walk into this demi-plane. Someone must have sent you. And I have a good feeling. That it was the Harpers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not gonna lie.
At this point, there's no need to lie anymore because it was the Harpers. But here's the thing.
And that's admittedly the one you don't like.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Is it so much worse than this?
He goes, well, a prison is still better than being dead. And he pulls out a dagger. He goes,
I can.
I thought Rhea. Dustin.
Yeah.
Pulls out a dagger and he says, I thought Rhea would be the one to come here to kill me, but it looks like she's just too cowardly.
Okay. No, we're not here to kill you.
No.
Saying the Harpers have been planning it for years, for the entire year I've been here.
All they had to do was burn the book, and you would have been gone forever.
True.
Oh, the book is just a gateway. The demi-plane would have remained.
Couldn't they?
They've been so afraid of me. That's why they locked me here. And now they don't have a cure. They don't want to deal with me anymore. So they're going to kill me.
Well, funny that we found a cure. We were given a cure, I should say.
You're probably not going to like what it's in, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, you're lying.
Well,
no. Does it look like we're lying?
Can I persuade
Yes,
him?
It does.
Can I persuade him? Can I persuade?
Can I
use my
adorable... just say things and the DM will tell you if you persuasive or not.
Okay.
First you have to talk to him.
Yeah. Look, I understand your skepticism, but realistically, I'm no assassin. I'm terrible at killing people, to be honest. And so, we were given this task to risk our lives because we didn't know there would be a beholder here, but we were told to come and help you out. And so we just need to we have this this dagger, and Lilisula presents it, but again, hilt first, but not she's not close enough to him to hand it to him, but just to show him it's here. And I'm being straight with you here. They told us that all it takes is a poke, and if you die, I assume this place goes with you. And so, we're not exactly expendable people here. We're on a mission to help you.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage, because he sees, a weapon.
Yep.
You are telling the truth, so it will be persuasion.
Ooh.
Disadvantage, though.
Yeah, it's still
17.
Probably a high DC though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Plus 7.
Wait, hold on.
He seems to be like seeing you presenting this weapon in a non-threatening way, and says, "Can I see it? Can I?"
I mean, what's he gonna do with it in here? All he's gonna do is be here with the knives. So, should I give a quick look over to Zorsashi, because he seems to really know what's going on here because he has the true sight. Basically, like, is this all right? And
I will do a quick detect magic while they're talking to see if anything over here is unusually magical or differing than everything else.
Yeah.
Do you hand him the dagger?
Well, I'm doing this in the while they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're doing. What's happening?
I just said I was going to look around and see if there's detect magic, if there's any unusually other type magic around that pings, any other auras.
No, not especially.
Okay, yeah, then I'll look over at Lilisula and I'll be like,
like, yeah.
So
okay,
I'll nod. I physically nodded, forgetting that you can't see my head.
No, I can't. So I'm going to step forward slowly to hand it to him, and I present it to him in a non-threatening way.
All right. The only magical thing you kind of see in the room, which Errant Quill is not one of them, is the paint is the slime covered window.
Yeah.
Right here. So, he looks at the dagger. He pulls it out, and it's this blade made out of crystal. He says, "Not a particularly dangerous-looking knife."
We were told
you can't hurt me here. You know that.
Oh, well then you got even less to fear from us then.
Why do you think I don't seem afraid?
You seemed a little suspicious.
Yeah, you took out a knife and said that we were here to kill you. I mean, there's a little fear there.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that all it needs is just a prick. Nothing. I don't even think you need to shed blood.
He does say like, well, if the Harpers put this enchantment on me, they wouldn't know how to take it away. He looks at the blade. He goes, I'm detecting magical energies with it. But why would the Harpers, after all this time, decide that I'm worth saving?
Maybe they realized they were wrong. The reason why you came here in the first place, maybe they realized you were onto something when they disagreed with you. You know, sometimes time does that to people.
Could be also bureaucratic, maybe change of hands of leadership. Maybe they just figured out a way that they could do this.
So just to remind you, one of the reasons he was locked up because he was vowing to destroy the Harpers after he started to distrust them, as because of the curse.
Yeah.
He goes, Harpers are becoming too powerful. They may have good intentions, but little by little, they're going to overtake every single city, every single kingdom, and rule with a tyrannical hand. I want no part of them, or their cure. I'd rather live out my days in this damned village of my childhood. Isn't that ironic? The thing that sent me down this path in the first place is the place where I'm trapped for eternity.
Well, but yeah, there's one slight problem with that, though. You're stuck in this room at the whims of a beholder.
He says,
"Is that truly better than even a tyrannical rule?"
He said, I have a feeling. He points to your weapons. when you trapped me in here, you took away the only thing that could get past that window. That's, in all its simplicity, just any type of magical weapon.
Oh, well then. And
so, good news is, we're free. But I'm not going to trust you stabbing me with that dagger.
Then you could stab yourself. We don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Heck, I'll whip out my own dagger. I'll stab myself with you, you know? We'll do it together.
We'll be stab buddies.
Come on, bro, let's do this. No, it's like he's not believing you that thing's going to do any good if he stabs you. At least with Lilisula's roll.
Well, then I'll step up and say, well, I mean, could you at least try it? I mean, you're invincible otherwise. Excuse me, there's a lot of dust in this room. You should really clean up once in a while. I will step up and say, well, you could just, I mean, try it. It's not going to do anything else to you. He said you can't die or get harmed, so worst you can do is it's a minor inconvenience.
If that's poisoned, and I let down my protection,
that's true.
I die. Give me another persuasion check.
Okay.
But before he does that, I just go up. I just kind of slap him on the back, and for the next 10 minutes, he can roll a D3 with an attack roll or an ability check.
Yeah. Weird. A D3?
A D3.
Yeah. Weird. Anyway, I'll roll this.
Yes, give me a normal roll since he's more trusting of you now.
Yep. I'm not very persuasive.
Well, that's a performance.
Oh, well, even so, I still rolled a 4 in the die. Say it's still a +3.
I guess you could roll roll the D3, see how bad. See if you can get that up to a 10.
8.
8.
All that. You hyped it up too much. I knew what was going to happen.
Well, there you go.
He goes, why are you trying to convince me so much?
Well, we're also told that if this happens, the entire demi-plane will evaporate and we'll be back to where we started. This comes with good things and bad things. One, we can leave. The door to out of here was the portal out of here was closed for some reason. So we are kind of stuck here anyway. And two, the beholder, we don't know what happens to the come back with us and we unleash the beholder in, right where what's her face is. Hey, there's a good idea. You want to unleash a beholder where she is? That'll scare her. That'll teach the Harpers.
He said Renicor will probably go back to where he came from. Since Lilisula rolled pretty high, he says I think he believes you when he says that will disrupt the demi-plane.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, but I want nothing to do with the Harpers when I leave this place.
No one said you had to.
Yeah.
You can just go live your life.
There's actually a really nice little hamlet that's rebuilding right now that could use a fellow with your expertise. As a matter of fact, we're kind of hurting for allies right now, and we can probably do our best to protect you from the Harpers if it ever comes down to that. At least I know I'd lay my life on the line for you. I mean, I'm already doing it already.
He says, since we're in an enchanted plane within an enchanted plane, we shouldn't do it here. We should do it within the mansion.
Well, we should probably do it very quickly because if the party's still going on, I'm assuming that exit there is the smeared paint on the painting.
He mentioned that any magical weapon would take care of that problem.
Yeah, Lemon's already over there waiting to get for your word.
Yeah. If that gets taken away, look, my sword comes out, my hexblade sword. I just have it appear in my hand. Got this all the time. Sheath it.
And then Lilisula is like, and don't forget about the gifts from Bronze Mama Dragon. And the scimitar's speed.
And Murook
He says, wow, they're just giving away magic items today, aren't
they? Wait.
These days.
Murook finally gets, and Murook goes, and my axe!
I'll have you know, I hugged a bronze dragon for this, okay?
Well, what better way to smash a window than with a hammer?
Hammer time.
So, Smashy smash with his maul to try to break through it.
You all spend a moment smashing through this congealed ooze until the window appears and you see the ballroom. It seems like guests are getting a little bit impatient, like they start leaving a little bit, so it's a little thinner than what it was before, but the ballroom's still pretty full. Renacor is just kind of looking around, but he soon sees the painting start to rip.
Oh, we probably should have waited until the party was over. Everyone through quick.
Yeah. And he as you start like pouring through the window and you reappear on the other end.
Now would be a good time to get with the stabby.
Are they wearing the same clothes?
Yeah, everyone's wearing the same clothes.
No, I mean seriously, in character, is Errant wearing the same as fake Errant?
Yes.
Okay, we should have probably done something about that.
But immediately,
Renacor.
Immediately, Renacor.
Zorsashi, you could tell who's who.
This is true. I can.
Which one do we shoot?
Joey was going to say something.
Yeah, Renacor sees you arrive to the painting, and he sees the real Aaron Quill. And he goes, "You have unleashed the real master of this realm, and for that, I'm going to kill you all."
No, you're not.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Nope.
Yeah, I am. I'm totally going to do it.
No.
Oh, good news! He abdicated. You're now the ruler.
Right, let's roll for initiative.
Lilisula's just shaking her head. No, not happening. I rolled a 14 on, by the way. Sorry, I didn't. I screwed that up.
Murook's going with a 5 today. I already added myself. You don't read that.
Okay. It's okay.
The old Murook's going to be slow today. That advantage sure is come up.
Fat lot of good it did you, huh?
Yeah.
Both of them got a 14.
First thing that happens when I'll put that on music on in a second, but
well, that
as the door opens and the two pieces of armor stand guard at the front. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see here. Right. Zorsashi.
And the real Errant didn't use the didn't stab himself?
Not he. Before this happened, he handed it back to Lilisula.
Give him the dagger and we get out of here really quick. I'm going to go ahead and cast Wall of Light.
Wait, my roll should be 14, not 0.
Oh, you go before me.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So I tossed the dagger to Aaron Quill. Like,
no, it's a blade. Don't toss it.
You hand him the blade, and he says, "I'm not lowering my protection while that thing's in here."
Get out of here! Ah!
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to go ahead and cast Wall of Light. It is wall appears any orientation, choose horizontal, vertically, or diagonally. It can be floating, or it can rest on a solid surface. The wall can be at 60 feet long and 10 feet high, 3 feet thick. Wall blocks line of sight, but creatures can pass through it.
Oh, wait. Lilisula still has her turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you done at Lilisula, or are you doing something else?
Oh yeah. Let's see here. So to fight, I mean, if we're dealing with a beholder, I mean, me attacking it is about as good as spitting at it. So I am gonna try shooting at the jabronis here. So I'm gonna take my shot with my crossbow. Because my range is 80 feet, so... Alright. And I get sneak attack on him because he's by himself! Oh no. But I miss.
Oh, that would have been a lot of damage, holy shit.
Yeah. But that's all I could do, really.
That's nice. Okay, I will say, since I apologize for not doing this before, is that immediately as Renicor like yells for your death, one of the windows nearby, like a giant eye appears in it, and just like the big eye from the in the beholder, and it shoots out a ray at you.
Oh no.
Oh!
Cast it. First things at sea is Zorsashi. So
Okay.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good with wisdom.
Save versus disintegration.
12.
You are frightened of Renicor.
I mean, yeah.
And he is looking directly at all of you.
Is Lilisula done then? Okay, then
yeah. That's all I can do.
I'm going to go ahead and continue with what I'm doing, which is going to cast Wall of Light. And I'm going to cast it in a line.
Is that a magic spell?
It is a magic spell.
You try to cast something, but nothing happens.
Of course.
Does it feel like it was? Is my eyesight still up?
It is not. You just get this splitting headache as you try to cast the magic, and Renicor just laughs.
Do I waste a spell slot? Would I have known that before I try to cast a spell? How does that? How do we want to do action economy?
I'm letting you do that this time. That you do not cast a spell.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a feeling like if my eyesight drops, magic not happening, because we did see it last time. So that means my katana's probably not up either. Shit. Oh no, it just makes them pack weapon. I still got it. So I'm going to severely changes what I want to do. I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse on Renacor, which is not a spell. It's not magical.
Okay.
I did not mean to cast those things. It's not a thing that would happen. That was the Wall of Light number. I meant to that. There we go. So it is now cursed by me.
Got Danhausen over here.
It's Hex.
And I'm going to shout out, anti-magic, anti-magic! And then I'm just going to run here and, like, duck under a table.
Can you move closer to him when you're frightened?
You're right, I cannot. I am frightened, so I will move literally behind this table.
Okay. Alright, Lemon.
Oh boy, so many options, especially since I can't use magic. The sad part is I actually do have a spell that protects people against aberrations like him, but I can't cast it.
Well, you might be able to. You don't know. It seems to be wherever he's facing is where the cone is directed.
Let's. It's only one willing creature. Yeah, just in case. I will. Oh wait, he can't hurt this guy anyway. So
I am about to get very close and personal with this guy. So
okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I will use my action to cast Protection of Evil and Good. And
Is that magic?
yes.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I said. So, okay. Bollocks. Oh well. You make a run for it. I'll be a distraction. And let's see, 5, 10, 15, and move in. But already used my action, so can't attack. But okay, that'll be it for now.
As you move in this position, you feel like the headache kind of go away. What will Quill do? Quill looks at the beholder. It just says, it's like, my god, you really do look like a floating piece of cabbage now, don't you? He goes, it's really hurtful.
That's my physical appearance you're making fun of.
Yeah. Holder.
Oh. Ba-da-bop.
Yeah. Sorry, a lot of creatures. Wow, okay. Let me use my thing for this. Where's my dice?
DM without dice? What?
Beholder takes... $60 points of damage.
What? 60?
Yeah, this guy's good.
Damn!
This is not vicious mockery. This is supreme mockery.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
He's weak against
Jesus.
being called a cabbage.
boy. Remind me not to get on your bad side.
Cabbages.
He's just gonna run away. Renicore. It's gonna float up towards the ceiling. This 2-story ceiling.
Yep.
So kind of around here. And he's gonna start going pew pew pew.
Laura Dern is a beholder.
So towards Murook. Make a one of the little livestock shoots out a beam at you. Do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, boy. Is this charmed or frightened?
Charmed.
I get advantage. Thank God
Let's
for
hope
that.
you make you yell, "Oh my God!"
The dice gods giveth, and the guys go. Yeah.
Okay. He shoots another one at Lilisula, and I want you to make a wisdom saving throw against being frightened.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Wow.
He goes, "None of my beams are working."
I swear this
Like a
never
cabbage,
happens.
isn't it?
I swear this never happens. Do something intimidating. I don't know. Make it exciting.
Just a minute, I have to call tech support.
I put on my rope and wizard hat.
What's that? Oh, it's actually D10. Wow, he's a lot wise.
Yep. Beholders have 11 eyes, 10 of which are eyes.
Yep. The lemon make a strength saving throw.
Oh, good, I get one of the fun ones.
Holy crap!
Are you sure? That's 3 20s in a row. You sure you Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a glitch.
He like starts wiggling his eye rays and goes, "Why aren't you working?"
You are just a cabbage.
Needs glasses.
And he kind of turns his gaze kind of towards Zorsashi and Lemon. The fake Aaron Quill, as the beholder looks in his direction, goes, "What's going on here? Who's that handsome fellow that fell out of the painting? Why do I feel funny?" And he goes, "Ah! I feel pain!" But Rook is your turn.
Rook just starts running up to this 15, 20, 25, that's 40. How high is he off the ground?
At least 20 feet.
Close enough. Murook goes into a rage. And everyone within 10 feet of me, which is currently nobody, gets a plus, including myself, gets a +1 to AC.
20 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 foot radius.
Let's see here. He is 20 feet away, you said?
In the air, yes.
Right. Oh. Cripes. I don't think I can get to him from... I've already used up all my movement. Can't really do anything.
You can throw an axe, maybe?
I don't think I have anything.
Any javelins?
Oh yeah, I have a javelin.
If not, just pick up a glass off the table nearby and throw it at him because you don't want to drop your rage.
Do you have any glitter?
But I throw a javelin at him.
Pocket sand.
He's within 30 feet, so... An 11 probably doesn't hit.
Does not. It misses. And it lands back on the ground. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Armor kind of raise their weapons. And they will start marching into the room. This one will attack Lemon. Hold on. It reaches Lemon, and then when it gets close, it simply stops moving.
Yeah.
This one's
But
seeing
good.
this.
Anakin destroyed the droid control strip. The Viceroy is powerless.
Spinning's a good trick.
So as we approach Lilisula's turn, the walls of this ballroom just start turning into gooey black ooze, and little tendrils reach out to grab both Lilisula and Zorsashi and Aaron Quill. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
Nope.
Zorsashi, one of these tendrils come out and they grab you. You are grappled.
Ah!
Lilisula, you are good. Alright, so you're free to move. Oh, Aaron Quill. He automatically saves. He just swipes away the tentacles. He goes, "Not today. I'm the ruler of this place, not you."
You have no power over me.
It's like the Dream Warriors. Hopscotch on up. And I'm gonna give this guy the business. So Lilisula is gonna swing with the Scimitar of Speed with her first attack. Since he's by himself with my friend right next to him, I get my oops.
Jesus. More nat 20s.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I wonder if something's incapacitated if you automatically get crit, but it seems like you got one anyway. But
Yeah,
did that add the crit damage?
It did not, because all of those sneak attack dice are doubled. So roll the damage a second time, it'll be the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yep, because all of that is dice damage. I mean, and just take out the initial plus, so take out 5 from that.
Well, that's more than enough. The suit of armor.
Yeah, that's 55 damage.
Just like knocks it over.
Sneak attack is double 2 on crits.
All dice are doubled.
Okay.
Okay. And then gosh, I've still got. I mean, all right. I guess I'm gonna try to take cover behind this table here. Do my best. Hey, don't want to break this table, hey.
Zorsashi, you can make a so you're frightened. Do another wisdom saving throw.
Let's see if this one's better. Is everybody else getting a freaking nat 20s? Where's mine? 15.
Not quite enough.
God damn. Is the is my full sight back? My true seeing back?
It's looking in your direction.
Okay, so I still don't have the I still don't have my thing. So I'm not gonna be able to teleport away from this. Can I attack the tendrils?
And do a strength saving throw.
Can't do that.
Be sure to add a D3 to that. You still have that thing I gave you.
That's true. I mean, that's not gonna. I don't think we'll be able to get away from that. But
you can use that +3 on your wisdom save.
Oh, that's true. Because no, was it abilities or was it?
It's D20. If you roll a D20,
all right.
It says ability. It says it said ability. Okay, let me check that. It says it's ability checks or attack rolls.
Yep, so not saves.
However, is he within 10 feet of me?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have your +2 aura?
You get a +3.
+3. I have an 18 then.
Okay. You are Oh, technically not.
Damn circles.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll still be stuck then.
You need you're gonna try to break free.
Yeah,
you can use the D3 there, since that's an ability check.
Yeah, but
it's a strength save.
I am not strong. I really kind of need some.
Oh, it is different. You use either a strength, athletics, or acrobatics.
Oh, so it's a normal grapple. It's just gonna try to take.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I will go ahead and just do a check because I can. That's a chance. I will attempt to leave, and we'll get a 9 plus a D3.
Yeah.
12.
Not good enough.
Didn't think so. That's my act. It's gonna be my action. The only other thing I could potentially do. Eldritch Invocations Fragments. So, does the anti-magic ray cone just stop all magic?
All magic.
Yeah, so my teleport's probably not going to work.
150-foot radius cone.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do anything else. I just got to stay here. I don't have any bonus actions I can do. I'll be like, little help! Or, you know what? No, I will yell at Aaron Quill. It's like, Aaron, just prick yourself, please! And that'll be my turn. I got nothing else.
Alright, 11.
I'll save you. No,
I'll save you.
Lilisula seems to have the corpse at hand, so Lemon's going to move in to try to pull Zorsashi free.
No, he's not grappled. He shouldn't be grappled anymore.
No, I'm grappled. I still failed it.
Oh.
Also, just a point of order, I do get, while the target is in line of sight, I get disability, or I get disadvantage. But I have 10 feet of blind sight, so closing my eyes to deal with what's around me is not, it's something I would be able to handle. But I'll remember that for the future.
That is surprised. You can't see me.
You can try to pull him out with a strength or with athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
Save me, strong, winged one.
I don't have wings.
You pull Zorsashi free.
Don't pull me closer to that thing! So thank you, Lemon. Thank you.
Aaron Quill. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just gonna move a little closer, and if the armored thing comes after me or Quill, I'll attack it with a called action.
Okay. He's just going to dash outside the room. As he runs past the guard, the suit of armor, it takes a swing at him. And you just hear a clink as it hits his little force field. But before he leaves, he goes, "You guys are serious, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at Renicor. He goes, "I hate you, Renicor. You're a jerk." He runs out the door. Right. He was like, "Not a jerk."
Oh, now this thing's gonna be flagged as PG-13.
Use the J word. Ooh, new ones. All right, who to? Turns his attention towards the door as he watches Aaron Quill leave. He goes, "Come back, real Quill. We can share." And as the one of his eye tendrils points towards Lemon, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I didn't realize it cut those out. At what? Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I just realized this isn't a good one, is it?
Oh, you rolled a 20, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the few ones that I know of that use the dexterity save, I'm glad I saved that one.
So, you kind of raise your mace trying to block the ray, which seems much more intense than the other ones. And it just, burns through all the tables in front of you until it reaches you, and you're able to deflect it with your mace. And it causes a hole in the ceiling as it reflects into the ceiling. And I'm surprised this doesn't have a half damage thing on it, but you avoid that.
It does enough damage in which you don't even want half of it.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I think beholders are a lot less scary than they were before. But
yeah, for people who, I don't know, can swing a sword.
Another ray goes towards Murook, who's right by you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, is it just? I have to ask: is it charmed or frightened?
Neither.
Now, this is one of the hurty ones. If it's dexterity. I think he just used disintegration against me, so let's see if you turn to stone.
17.
You're good. You raise your shield up and block him, and it's reflected, and it goes reflected on one of the tables, which promptly starts to turn to stone.
Oh, called it.
I did forget that this is all supposed to be difficult terrain since there's a bunch of people in it, but oh well.
People have been dashing.
Yeah, maybe they ran away.
Yeah, all the dash action. One more ray to Lilisula. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Lilisula.
And this now you are within the +3. Not that it's probably going to matter.
Are you there, Randy?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry. What?
Roll a Constitution saving throw as
yeah.
another beam goes towards you.
Oh God. Okay.
It's going to be the vomit beam.
It's going to be the puke beam.
Oh no, he's going to hit me with indigestion. Does a 10 hopefully help?
Yeah.
+3.
As you poke your head up and he goes, "Wait, did someone say my name?" The beam hits you directly in the head. And you realize that you cannot move.
Oh, the paralysis beam.
Paralysis. Okay, well, let me. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Thank you.
Beholders are essentially the sampler platter of status effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
It's
see.
gonna go zoom, 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 over here. You will start of his turn. Okay, yeah. He's still looking at everyone except Murook.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think you actually went past Baruch's turn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't go past it. You just you just went one too many. He was literally up next anyway. You just
okay.
I think.
I didn't see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Murook's turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Murook just starts running towards him and takes a leap to try to get at him.
How high can you jump?
Oh, hold on. We go. Time the jump calculator. Hold on. There's a whole bunch of math to this. Okay, my strength score is 19. And I am...
You did make a running jump.
I did make a running jump. And
3 plus your
7.
strength modifier, so 7 feet. Yeah.
Let's see. That's 7'9".
You can't reach 20 feet. He's out of range.
High jump is 7 feet. Yeah. I can reach up and grab something 18.6 feet.
Any chandeliers?
Grab it at the balcony and climb up there.
I don't think I can make it up there. I just run towards him and then I just freaking throw the javelin at him. I assume that's the only thing. Wait, don't I get 2 attacks if I throw it?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
How many javelins do you have?
Shoot, how many more javelins do I have? I have 7. 6 javelins.
Ho, 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 ho.
15.
15. It's a miss.
Right. Oh, hold on. Page decided to load something else. Okay, there you go. And roll that again. 12 does not. Oh, all of my rolls are bad today as far as hitting rolls. And I have a +8. It makes no sense.
Lilisula, give him his dice back.
Okay.
All right, Lilisula, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
+3.
Well, that's not happening.
15.
You're within the thing.
Yep.
Nope, not enough.
Yep.
You are paralyzed. Zorsashi, roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Finally, a decent roll. 19.
Yep, you are not frightened anymore.
Hooray! Do the windows do something? I don't want to pass the windows if they're supposed to do something.
I forgot to do the lair action, so it's my own fault.
Okay. Is my true seeing come back?
He is looking, and you're still looking at Lemon. So you think you can probably move, and you'll be out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash up here, and as soon as my true seeing comes back, it spells.
Yeah, you can. He comes back.
All right. Check something.
You're further away from escape, but at least you can see again.
I mean, I can basically see through. I can basically do my thing where I can see through up to 60 feet.
Oh,
with
right,
a new
you
spell.
teleport.
Yeah, I've got a new teleport. I've got the far step now. But I'm going to put a wall of light. No, it's just it's not good enough. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my see all. I'm going to turn on my ghostly gaze, so for 1 minute I can see through walls. And then as my spell, I'm going to cast Far Step. And this, if it'll show up on the damn thing, Far Step. Doesn't want to cast. There we go. Teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. I can now see everywhere, so I can see through walls of 30 feet.
Don't do it. I know you want to teleport directly behind him, but...
I mean, there's a balcony there. But where's the ruler?
Oh, that too.
Yeah. I'm going to teleport to here. And I am concentrating.
You actually see through the open door Quill looking at the painting of Rhea and himself.
You know, step right back there to the door.
He has a dagger sheathed in his hand.
Come across.
And he just
like,
says,
we could really use you to use that right now, please.
He says to you, he goes, I thought I'd loved her once. Before she betrayed me. Stuck me here.
I will respond by saying...
First thing I'm going to do when I'm out of here is I'm going to kill her.
Okay, tell you what, we'll help you if you just get out of here right now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, because I'm kind of just being like, whatever, I will do whatever you just to get us out of here. So that is probably persuasion. 12. Oh, nope, I get a +3, or +1 plus D3.
Is that just once, or
15.
you just get that for an hour? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, it's for an hour.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like bardic inspiration or what.
Yeah.
It's bolstering magic.
Okay, so it's like bless, but for skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for a pat on the back.
For
and
10
it's a
minutes.
D3, and it's a D3.
It's for 10 minutes.
15 was my goal.
Ow!
Yes!
He looks at him. He looks at the blade. He goes, "Just a prick."
That's what I was told.
He nods. But Lemon, it's your turn. Want to do anything?
Is the what is the statue doing, or the armor?
It is like in mid-step.
It's just frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to notice that Lilisula is is not moving anymore, and so I'm going to try to pick her up and carry her to safety.
Yeah, Zorsashi's not there anymore at all.
You can use an action to pick up Lilisula like a plank of wood.
Yep, and that's.
Is that a grapple? Is it a grapple, or is it a interact with object? That's the question.
Probably
Lilisula an object.
she's turned. Oh, I'm thinking she's petrified. She's not petrified. She's paralyzed.
Yeah, I'm as good as an object right now.
I don't have enough movement to get outside the door. I'm assuming that it's. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, you start to walk out. But Aaron Quill, Zorsashi, you see like his body shimmer as his defensive barrier comes down, and he takes out the dagger.
I cast Disintegrate on him.
No. He goes, "Well, bottoms up."
For you.
Takes out the palm of his hand. He actually slices it against it. As this is the first thing, it's the first pain he's felt in months. And his the wound quickly glows and returns to normal. And his eyes start to glow white for a moment. And as they return back to normal, you see like a kindness and a warmth that wasn't there before. And he goes, what a fool I was. He says, "Thank you. Thank you."
You're welcome. You're welcome. We got good stuff going on. I'm just looking at my watch and see if 6 seconds goes by.
But you see the furniture in the room start to fade away, and the walls around you vanish, and those are you in the ballroom. You see the remaining guests like panically trying to leave. Some of them have been turned to stone by the petrification ray, or have a big hole in the middle of them. But since they're robots, they're okay.
Yeah,
they start to disappear one by one, and the tables start to vanish. And Rancor just goes, "What's happening? No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back." As he kind of like Infinity War, the Thanos snap, disintegrates. And the world around all of you just turns to white.
Oh god, I'm unblind!
I'm blinded yet not blinded. And after a moment, you all appear not in the room, not in your home where you started this adventure, but in the peculiarity shop. And Audrey gives you a surprised look as the book that was on one of his shelves comes to life, opening the portal. And you're all distributed onto the floor, including Aaron Quill.
She sold it.
Did Murook land first or last?
you all kind of just appeared.
Am I still holding a petrified Lilisula?
She is good.
Oh, sorry, miss. And lets her back down to the ground.
Audrey looks surprised. He says, "Well, I was wondering when you lot would reappear."
I'm just glad we got to reappear. I did not think we were going to survive that beholder.
That was. I make sure the book is closed because I don't know what's. I assume that he's gone back to his plane, but it's like, nope, not taking any.
Why here though?
Yeah, where's Ryla?
Where's our money?
We're get paid. He says, "Well, Miss Leodon left town after you didn't reappear. She left your payment here."
How long have we been?
And this must. He goes, "This must be Mr. Aaron Quill. Pleasure to meet you." He kind of bows, kind of confused, and he hands you, what was it, 3,000 gold, 5,000 gold pieces.
5,000, 1,000 for each of us.
pieces. Yep.
Oh, by the way, I'm playing Zyzzyx, and Zyzzyx gives all his gold to me, to Zorsashi.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. It's his own fault. He says, as you ask, how long have you been gone? Audrey just goes, well, my dear friends, you've been gone nearly 6 months.
What? We were in there 2 days, maybe 3.
Not even that.
Yeah, I think it was just an afternoon.
Oh, jeez. I hate demi-planes, man.
And you open the door to the peculiarity shop, the exit, and you see a much busier Leyland, still standing, than when you left it. And in front of you, you see a fully completed mage tower, the House of Thalavar. The construction has finally been complete, and that's where we'll call it.
I'd like to just do one quick thing. I turn to Audrey and I go, "All right, got my 1,000 gold pieces. By the way, Aubrey, do you have a crystal ball, silver mirror, or font filled with holy water worth 1,000 gold pieces?"
He goes, well, something that expensive I'll have to order from Neverwinter.
Okay, well, I need that as soon as possible, because I am totally going to scry on Ralia. I'm going to scry on Ralia and figure out where she is.
I will say, so we don't have to wait till next time, you send out word that you have returned, and within a few days, Riley comes back and is reunited with with Quill, and they're very happy to see each other. And they give you their thanks, and say, you know what? I think we'll settle down here for a little while. Help me get my bearings back to a real life.
Hey,
this is real life, isn't it? This isn't some illusion.
This is no fantasy.
We're not caught in a landslide.
God, knew it. Someone would say it.
There is no escape from it.
Scaramouche! I named this pet pigeon I found Scaramouche.
Now, next time we get to find out the true and most terrifying question: what has Sally been doing for this last? Rather,
Murook just starts turning pale.
Yeah, with the only supervision that she has is Verifice.
And Zyzzyx appeared as well. He's here.
Yeah, he showed up 3 months ago.
Yeah, he showed up 3 months ago. Everything's on fire.
Zyzzyx sits atop his throne upon the mage tower.
Yeah. But you find out that several months has passed, and Leylon is now a bustling city.
Nice.
And that's where we'll call it.
Yeah.
Hooray!
We resume again.
Can I get the 1,000 gold piece orb, or should I just wait for that for next time? Because I will spend it on that.
I mean,
I need it for scrying.
Next time we start, we'll you can have it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and add it now because why not? I don't want to forget about it. Thank you.
It pretty much an even trade then. If 5 of us went in, then that's your share.
Yeah. That's what I figured was going to happen anyway. It was a 5,000. 1,000.
All right, guys. It's been fun. Mark, it's been nice playing with you. Hope to do so again.
Yep.
Yay.
That was fun, everybody. Good job, Joey.
Now get out.
Right. So next week we're gonna not have a game on Monday.
Okay.
Since we kind of did it tonight. But when we come back next time, we'll do our level 1 game for the next few weeks.
All right, maybe Monday we'll do like a gig. Maybe we'll do like a Jackbox night or something.
If you guys want to, it's a possibility. Since though I might do my other game on Monday, since we were cut short.
We never said we had to invite
last night.
Okay, that's all. We'll figure something out. Anyways, I gotta go because I gotta go. If you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Please tell us.
Yeah.
No. Goodbye. Good night.
So beholders are fun, but they're actually not super dangerous.
Inherently,
all by themselves. No? Yeah. Like they can get lucky.
They do have attacks.
You get lucky and you can't do their attack and their magic beams at the same time.
Right, but are their attacks strong? Like how much damage is their attack?
Oh, if they got the disintegration ray or the death ray, then yeah, that could kill you.
I mean, don't they have like an actual just attack action something?
Oh yeah, they can bite you for 14 damage.
Oh, 14, that's it?
Yeah.
But
they can't do that. They can't do that or the eye raise at the same turn for some reason.
Because they have to close their eye to open their mouth.
Yeah.
They do, however, have a very good advantage with action economy because they have so many different attacks all within a single round.
Yeah.
And anything with that many possible status effects, pure damage, it doesn't really take into account, like if you manage to get off a paralysis, a fear, and a charmed all in the same round on different people, you have pretty much crippled at least half the party.
Plus, if they're looking at
they get legendary actions, so he could have been doing the eye beam between each of our turns up to 3 times before his turn came back around.
They do have legendary actions. I didn't scroll down far enough. I didn't want it to last too long. Really.
Yeah, these kind of monsters are like, oh my god, there's so much.
Yeah, so they could do an IRA plus their lair actions.
Yeah, the lair actions make it even worse.
I don't think that would have worked in this circumstance though, because it wasn't really its lair.
Oh no, the ballroom was his lair.
Oh, okay.
The book even says it. And that's why the walls turned to goo and tried to grab you.